If it's
Right.
white collar, they're getting way too many, and they're not 100% sure that these candidates are actually real, which, after doing some investigation and trying to contact, a lot of them are not real. Or actually, that's not fair to say. They're real, but are they responding to messages? How many jobs have they applied to? Do they even know they applied to your job? So
So
teams use
ghost jobs and ghost candidates. Lots of
exactly.
ghosts. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly what they're trying to figure out, right? And
Mm.
why can't I find qualified candidates for the type of roles that I'm looking for, with the majority of not being, and like not being qualified is subjective in that
Yep.
sense, but I think they're struggling to find those right fits. With blue collar, they just want more candidates. So speaking to a lady that's hiring, it's basically kind of maintenance workers, and she was telling me like she will post a job and get zero applicants even as they increase the pay, where it used to be like 30-40% more than it was 5 years ago, and they still can't get candidates. So we're kind of dealing with a unique scenario of, depending on what you're recruiting for, is you're either overwhelmed or you're not getting enough, or you're not getting any, and you have to really adjust your strategy to what it is. But overall, I think people are optimistic about, especially the American economy. I think they feel that this year is going to be good, which is a
Mhm.
good sign, right? Like, I think if we're hiring and we're seeing some good movement, I think it's really good for the talent acquisition community, because you need to hire more recruiters. And I've always said we're the canary in the coal mine. We're the first to get laid off, and we're the first to get hired when they're going to need to hire more as an organization.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And I suppose to pick up on a couple of points that you made there, I want to come back and talk about DeepSeek in a minute, because I'm sure you got a perspective on that. But just in terms of the unpredictable nature of everything at the moment, which in fairness it's been like this for at least 5 years, but
Yeah.
it just seems to kind of accelerate and accelerate and accelerate. What would your advice be to sort of TA professionals when the rules are changing about AI on a weekly basis? There's just kind of so much going on, so much is unpredictable. How should people think about that? How should they be planning? How do you deal with such
Mm.
an unpredictable situation?
Well, I don't think it's going to slow down of how unpredictable it's going to be in the future. So I think, but we tend to overreact in a lot of ways, right? Like, if you think about uh, what we used to do 20 years ago, like, some has changed. Technology has changed how we do it, but it's basically the same. Like, human nature is we prefer to deal with humans. And I think we have to stick with that. But if we're looking at AI, and I think one of the things that I've been doing a lot of research and trying to figure out is just the amount of candidates that are flowing through, say, lazy apply bots, and how do you deal with those types of things. And I think, as an organization, as an HR leader, there's only really a couple ways you can do it. It's like, you need to verify. You need to
Mm.
verify. I think the future of talent acquisition, and I'm biased because I'm in that space, is verifying credentials and leveraging humans in the talent acquisition process is going to be critical. If you asked me 2 years ago, I'd be like, do we really need, and this, do we really need humans in every step of the process, right? Like, when we
Yeah.
talk about screening or anything like that, I would say no. I don't think candidates care. They just cared about getting hired. But I've changed my thinking, because I think if we automate it to a point, we're going to be dealing with just like these ghost candidates, ghost jobs, these lazy apply bots, that even we're seeing companies building out like kind of solutions to eliminate them. It's not that easy.